So this episode is called I Am 48, I Am Child Free, and I've never been married. And guess what?
Mm.
That's okay. I never made
Is
it
it
down the
though?
aisle, but I have been engaged in the past. How many engagements? I would say 2.5. Let's start with the
Let
point
me let me stop.
fives.
Let me pause. Let me pause real quick, so you guys can so I can add some context to this, and let me show you why that is so dangerous. What she just said is powerfully dangerous, and she's ignorant to what has happened to her. But this is Melissa Ford. Now Melissa Ford has had a, if you want to call it, a career. She's been a video vixen, dance girl, uh, Hollywood personality for a long time, decades now, or whatnot. And she's known for banning rappers' videos or whatnot. That's where she got her esteem, her start. I don't know if it's her start, but that's what she's known for in that particular context. And now we look at her. She said, I think she said she's 48 years old. And she's been engaged 2.5 times, whatever 2.5 times mean. You know, they do new math nowadays with these new women. So, but let me show you again. I started saying this on Facebook years ago. Now you hear it everywhere. But I started saying this, that women, you may control the space of sex. Women control sex. How much they have it, who they have it with, all of these things. Yes, but the balance is that men control who they marry. You as a woman control the sex, but males control who they marry. There's a balance to that. It's like it was designed almost. And so now she's saying, hey, I was married or I was engaged for 2.5 times. Yeah, yeah, because men will do that. Men will say to you, especially if you start to push the envelope, why are we married? You know, do you really love me? Do you care about me? All these things. So what a man will do is go get a ring, say, yeah, girl, let's get married. You know, set the date out 30 years. You know, we'll get married in 30 years. You've been, excuse me, you've been engaged for 10 years and he never fulfills the commitment. He never was going to fulfill that commitment because he can't, because you are not what he wants. Your entire life, your persona, your come up, your identity is tied to being a video vixen. And let's just say, I'm not saying that she did, but let's just say that her background noise is the fact that she was messing with all of these rappers. You know, good parties, good times, good feelings with rappers, entertainers, and all this stuff. That gets through Hollywood. Men talk at that level. You know, what happened? Oh, really? She did this? She do that? Oh man, she do the little pretzel thing? Oh man. That has gone throughout Hollywood. And if it went out through Hollywood, then it's out through the entire world. No man is going to take you seriously enough to want to marry you at that point. He will say, hey, let's get engaged. I'll pretend to want to marry you just so I can prolong having the enjoyment and the excitement of, you know, the physical, the sex. He'll do that, but he will not marry you. Hence, this 48-year-old woman with makeup, with one bottle of wine on her own podcast, and she's trying to tell her story now. Nobody's really interested in it as far as having validity in it and having power to it. Like, no, people are responding to it and saying this should be a study. This should be a case study for women to understand and to learn that you will not get a good man, especially if you're known for being a video vixen, especially if you're known for dating around, especially if you're known for bodies after bodies after bodies. It's not happening. I will give you a ring. I'll let you stay at the house. We can pretend for 3 years, for 4 years, but there's no way I'm going to commit. Play the video. Play. I'm sorry.
That was the first one. I was involved with a man who loved me. He was good looking, he was tall, he was charismatic,
Okay.
gregarious.
Big word.
Everybody loved him. My mom loved him, my sister loved him, my niece loved him, my friends loved him. Everybody loved him. But there was something inside of me that just said, this is not perfect. It's the furthest thing.
Let me translate for you. Let me translate. Everybody around me saw the value in this man. Everybody around me saw the strength in this man, but I couldn't see it. Most video vixens can't. You are comparing this guy, whoever this guy is, you're probably comparing him to the life that you had around you. You know, this Hollywood life, this celebrity life, you're comparing him to that. And I guarantee you that the folks around you that care about you, your mom, your sister, whoever else you name, they were seeing this man for who he is and saying, yeah, you know, this will be a good thing for you. This will be a good settle down for you. This is a man that could probably change you and get you to see what's really going on. But you were saying, oh, no, no, no. He ain't 50. He ain't 50 Cent. He ain't whatever, Ja Rule, whoever the rapper is, Drake, or whoever. He's not him. You know, and that was an issue for you. I guarantee you that had something to do with it. But, you know, I don't know. Let me finish. Let me hear what you got to say.
Perfect. He would say things like, nobody's ever going to love you the way that I love you. And
Wait, wait. Okay, let me stop there too, because it seems like there's been a big man's meeting over the past 20 years that every single man is going to use that exact same line. Nobody's going to love you the way that I love you. Every woman on the planet is getting that from a man. Every man says that exact same thing. Maybe he did, but I'm saying that's just so ironic that all men are running around saying this exact line. Nobody's going to love you the way. And then if you put it into context, you pay attention to it. No man is going to love you the way that I love you. It's different from no man is going to love you the way I love you. That's different. The guy is probably saying, I don't know this guy, I'm not taking up for the guy, but what if the guy was saying that nobody's going to love you the way that I love you because the amount of love that I have for you, no man can duplicate. No man is going to love you that way. But in your mind, you took it as, oh, it's a challenge. Nobody's gonna let me go find you. I'm gonna find me a man that's gonna love me better than you. I've seen them. You know, I've seen them with the champagne. They gonna love me. hmm Let's go.
him. I wrestled with this internal sense of guilt. I wrestled with the guilt of honestly
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let the video play. I'm gonna let the video play. But look at the structure of this. That's a tough structure, man. I don't know. That looks like an XY structure. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna continue.
wanting to be free, honestly wanting to live my life and to date and to experience other men and to
I just wanted to live my life. I wanted to date and experience other men. She just said this. This is what she said. Everybody else in her circle saying this is a great man. This man is a great fit for you. You should love him. We love him. And you're thinking, nope, I got something better out there for me. Something different out there for me. I want more men. I want more experiences. I want more Vixen life. I want a good man is looks like a distortion to a bad woman. Let me say that again for y'all, man. A good man looks like distortion to a bad woman. And this woman, I would assume that at 48 years old, she had changed or whatnot, because they would, because she was coming through when I was coming up too. The Melissa Ford drives a Honda Accord, Melissa Ford doing all of these dirty, filthy, nasty things, and all that stuff. Those are all things that were thrown out there. I don't know if that stuff is true. I hope it's not. If I'm a betting man, I know which way I bet. But she's saying that she wanted to experience other men. She wanted to just go and live her life and turn up. She wanted to go do these wild things. That's what she wanted to do. And now that she's 48 years old, she comprehend the fact that all of those men that were good men that were trying to come into her life are now like, nah. And her reputation precedes her. And it's, you know, I don't know.
experience other things and other places. I just wanted to live my life. I had moved to New York from Toronto, a totally different country, with $25, two suitcases, and a one-way ticket. I didn't have permission from my country to leave. I didn't have permission from this country to be here. And I was making things happen for myself at a very, very
So now she goes in, now she goes into the feminism, the me, the woman, hear me roar. Okay. I came over here by myself, no permission from anybody. I got my own thing. I got it out the mud. It was all about me. I did this. And I don't, in other words, I don't need a man. I don't need anybody. I just need to get filled up every time I want to get filled up. And when I'm ready to settle down, I should be able to settle down. The whole world is my plate, and whatever I want on my plate, when I want it on my plate, should happen. And now she's 48 years old, looking like a big, strong man, and she's questioning all of it. Man, let this be a lesson to y'all, man. You really have to pay attention. There's a whole world that exists outside of your mind. You got to pay attention, man. And when good things come to you, man, appreciate those good things. There are a lot of women that become cat women, just like this lady. There are a lot of women that are left alone. Women that people thought were beautiful, 20 years ago, and now you're worthless, you're valueless, and nobody wants you. And you are so lost in your mind that you don't understand why that is. Man, y'all hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the like button. Share the video. Gee whiz, I'm out of here.